The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. Please welcome Starr Codd to the show. Starr, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So nice to be here.
I'm super excited for you to be here. I know we recently met, and I've been watching you on Facebook and kind of seeing all of the things you're doing. But just so the audience kind of knows who you are, can you I know we talked about it a little bit ago, can you kind of give me your backstory on, what got you into coaching and literally what, a little bit about your backstory of your business that you had before then?
Yeah, excellent. So I'm a real entrepreneur at heart, that's for sure. So I grew up in South Central LA, very rough neighborhood, and I knew I had to have a different and better life for myself and my kids. So in my mind, I figured that, an education would be the way for me to get out. So that's what I did. I went to college and I knew I was going to either go to school for business or be a lawyer. So I ended up going the entrepreneurial route. Later on I did. I went to business school, got my degree in business, and then I got my master's degree in business. I had a 6-figure job. I was a director for a corporate organization doing really, really well. But I wasn't satisfied. I had a little baby at that time, and I was like, I want to spend more time with my kid. I want to do something that's for me and my own. And, being a female in corporate America, I was already making 6 figures. I didn't really see how much further I can go with that. I didn't see myself climbing the rankings into the C-suite. So I decided to start my own business, and it was very scary. So I walked away with my retirement and literally opened up a retail store selling human hair extensions. So I started doing that for 9 years. So I'm now a 7-figure annual business owner, and I've developed 5 streams of income from that business. So oddly enough, I'm starting to realize that, retail is not something that I'm super passionate about, although the beauty industry was, which is why I got into that. And I think a lot of women are really intrigued by the beauty industry, and they admire the results that I've had as well. So COVID hit, and right before COVID hit, I was already thinking, I really want to be more online. So I do have a Shopify store, and I do sell, 6 figures annually there selling the product, but I'm thinking more service-based. So I got into the online space because I hired a couple of marketers, and I was paying them a couple grand to do marketing for my company. And I noticed ClickFunnels on the landing page that they had created for me, oddly enough. And so ClickFunnels really was the gateway for me to start an online service-based business. And I started exploring the different opportunities, and affiliate marketing was my first point of entry from there. So I tried that. I did a little bit of that, but it still wasn't me. And I kept telling my husband, I don't understand. I want to be online, but I need to figure this out. And his thing is, you have a really successful business. Women want to learn from you. You need to teach them how to start their own hair company. So I wasn't too passionate about that, just because, like I said, I'm kind of wanting to get away from that. But I started working with, entrepreneur women who want to start a business, just generally speaking. And from there, I was able to niche down into, being a business coach, helping more service-based providers who are online and coaches who are online. So that's pretty much how I got to where I am.
That is so cool. So what really pulls what is you've been there, you've been in the trenches, you've done the work, you've made the 7 figures, brick and mortar style. And then you're and then you did the online thing with the Shopify store. So you realized that there was an opportunity there. And then you got bid by the ClickFunnels Russell Brunson bug, and that happened to me. That happened to me 2.5 years ago. I got bit by the Russell Brunson bug, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like just the things that you can do, and the people that are in that niche, that are in that marketing space, are phenomenal. So yeah, that's hats off to you for like doing what everybody says you need to do by going to school, then doubling down and doing the master's degree, then opening up a brick and mortar store, which again is scary and hard, and then going online, and then making the entrepreneur jump to basically give back to females and women in the entrepreneur space. Hats off to you. Congratulations. That's awesome. I mean, I wanted to cuss right there. That's so awesome.
Thanks, Eric.
No problem. So now that we got your backstory out of the way, I'm going to deliver some value to the audience right now. So when you made the transition, and it's listening to your story, it sounds like you always had drive and vision to do something. When you found that spot in coaching where you could help more people, what was like the turning point? What was the part when you were like, I feel it, this is it? Because it sounded like in your story, you're like, I was looking for this, I did it. I was looking for this, I did it. I was looking for this, I did it. Everything you put your mind to, you crushed. So what was it in that that spot where you're like, COVID hit and you're like, you know what? My back's not against the wall, but I can make this something awesome. What was that thing that like sparked that?
I think I just saw so many people scared during COVID. So although my retail stores had closed down, most of my customers just went on to the Shopify store. So from a financial standpoint, I really wasn't struggling like some people were,
Mm-hmm.
but I just saw so much outcry out there, and people were like, you can't make money online. And I'm like, I'm making money online during COVID. I'm not financially strapped. It is possible. So I think that was the turning point for me, and just being able to like communicate to people that it is possible. And even we're still, dealing with COVID. And just last month I was able to, sell 13K in packages in my coaching business. So that was like super exciting and super outstanding. And even with that, I still want to just continue letting people know that this is possible and really helping them to build their business. So I see a lot of women. I work with female coaches, by the way, which you already noted that. But I see a lot of women who say that they want to start an online business or they want to start coaching, but they don't even know the tools to use or where to start. And I really enjoy like utilizing many tools, teaching marketing aspects. I use the life experiences that I've had in my offline business, my other online businesses, and I'm able to bring them over here. So it's really exciting for me.
Yeah. And what I've noticed with a lot of successful business people, once they launch something and they know how to do it, they go into something else and they'll launch it and they'll do that. And they'll go into something else and they'll launch it and do that. They'll always look at, because they're serial entrepreneurs, they're always trying to go. And I'm super excited for, the journey that you're on right now and giving back to so many people. I'm going to kind of go back to a question that I thought when you kind of went with the Russell Brunson thing. What was it in the marketing space that intrigued you to like decide that you wanted to do something online, and why was affiliate marketing not something that you were like, this is awesome?
Well, that's an interesting question. I was definitely attracted to affiliate marketing. And I think it was more so that just the whole marketing component of it, because obviously like I went to business school, so I like marketing, I enjoy marketing. But I think the realization for me came to the fact where I'm promoting for other people. That didn't sit well with me. So, and I'm definitely not discrediting affiliate marketers. Like people are doing really, really well in that industry, but it just wasn't for me. I want my own baby. I want it to be my brand, my company. So yeah, some people do feel like affiliate marketing is for them, but that was the breaking point for me to move on into coaching, if that makes sense.
That does, because the minute I was doing affiliate marketing, I was doing network marketing for a long time. And the minute I literally put the LLC out, put it to it was my own thing. It was just a total, like, there's just a switch that comes on that says, this is mine. Like, I mean,
Yes.
I'm partners with people, but this is mine. Like, this is my stuff. Like, this is do or, like you said, this is my baby. This is like do or die right here. We're going all in. So yeah, that's super awesome. So guys, if you're listening and you're an affiliate marketer and you're thinking about making that shift to like doing your own thing, I would try it. I would definitely try to do your own thing. Create your course if you're a course creator. Become a coach if you're in that space. Do that, take that step, because it's so different when it's your company and you own the outcome and you own the client list and you own all of that stuff. It's an amazing feeling. Comes with a lot of burden on the shoulders, but it definitely is an amazing feeling. And you can tell that like you exude the like, wow, this is something new and I really, really like it. Because to me, and just looking from the inside out, it looks like you're going from growth to contribution. And with your contribution, you're getting growth.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
like you can see it in your eyes that you're figuring out a way to help the market. You've niched down to women. You've niched down to women that want to be entrepreneurs. And now it's just like the sky's the limit once you find your tribe and get that dialed in. I'm scared. I'm watching. I'm along for the ride with you. Definitely, for sure.
And the great thing about coaching,
Uh-huh.
you can have your own course. So if you are a course creator, it's perfect for that. And then you can also have other people who are affiliate marketers promote for you. So
Mhm.
you get the best of all worlds.
The affiliate army is something that you never think you can have until you get it. Like you're like, wow, everybody believes in the product and it's working for
Mhm,
them. So it's like, of course we'll share it with other people because it's working for me. Yeah.
exactly.
So I added a question. I know this is going to come out of left field. I normally don't like share the questions, but Starr was like, hey, do you have the question list? I'm like, I guess I'll share it with you. So what do you think the secret sauce to your hair business was? Because that's a definitely a different I mean, it is a crowded, the beauty space is crowded. So you've pulled off 7 figures in that business. You've gone online, you've gone to service, you've gone like to all these things. What was the secret sauce that kept that business thriving for so long?
So this is so simple, but this is always, you'll forever hear me say this, and it's persistence. And that is what has gotten me to where I'm at. I've done 6 figures 2 years in a row on Etsy. I do 6 figures annual. I don't do that anymore, but I've done that. I do 6 figures on Shopify annually, and I'm 7 figures every year on my retail brick and mortar. So I even started eyelash studios, which is why I say I have 5 streams of income from the one business a little over a year ago. And that's at 6 figures every year. So for me, persistence has always been the key for my success. Even with the coaching business, I will be very honest with you. This has been the most emotional journey for me, and I'm not quite sure why. And it could be because it's more human, like I'm dealing with people. Um, or I'm like, is it because of my age? I'm not as young as I was when I started that business almost 10 years ago. I'm not quite sure, but regardless of the fact, I'm very persistent in this business and those. And I will give a little bit of info for those who are interested in doing their own thing. You definitely have to network. So like with coaching, we're constantly networking with people, meeting people who are our so-called leads. And it was the same thing with the offline business for the hair business. I had to get out there physically and meet with hairstylists to get my product out there and get my company name out there. So waiting for the retail people to come in, it was like maybe one or two would come, but how are they going to know I'm here? I did a variety of different marketing techniques. Radio, some people think it's old school, but hey, I've done it, and I've done it last year. um, I've done Craigslist free ads, Facebook promotions. I do paid Facebook ads. I get out there and I network with hairstylists. I've given them like their own little program where they can get specific discounts. I've even given kickbacks to stylists who send their customers my way. So it's just like putting my company out there, going to events, handing out flyers where my audience is at physically for huge events. And I know that it's niched and targeted, passing that information out, giving out coupons. giving out discount codes as a lead magnet on my website to build my email list up to 40,000 people. Of course, that did take me years. But yeah, I mean, I am just very persistent, and I stay up. When I first start any business that I first start, I'm up late night. I'm working, period. Like all day, I'm grinding all night. So that's the answer to that.
Yeah, persistence is definitely the secret sauce. And you, like I said, just by listening to your story, like you hit the top of every spot that you've been to, and it's not like you got lucky. I mean, you worked hard every single way, every single time that you've launched a business. So, how important do you think? I mean, you said you had an email list of 40,000 people. How important do you think? I interviewed a seven-figure earner on she does network marketing just recently, and she called it a book of business. How important do you think that as you build that network, how important do you think the book of business is as you grow to a different and shift into different areas of business? Because like you can always, I always say that the second money is always the easiest. And if you are already an established person, as long as there's not any gray area, as long as you're an established person and you're out there helping people, I mean, how important is that, building that book and those connections in your business?
I think it's highly important. I can't say that I can cross over that book of business, as you call it, to this business necessarily. But as a business coach, if I wanted to work with women who wanted to start a hair company, they definitely will contain, some people in there who'd be interested in doing that. But I think it's very necessary. I will say this, like with that list, anytime I send out an email, I'm going to generate an extra $1,000 in sales for that particular day. So it's really important. So if I'm having, I feel like I need a boost in sales, or I need some extra money to pay an extra bill, hey, send out that email. And I know here's an extra 1,000 coming into my account that day actually. So it's very important. And the same thing with coaching. I'm a newer coach, so I'm still working that list and building that list. And I've been able to utilize my Facebook group as a way to, get to almost 1,000 email subscribers within, I would say, less than 2 months.
Well, you already have the framework. You know how to do it. It's business. I'm not going to say business 101 because you're way above business 101, but
thank you.
Creating a lead magnet to capture an email list is something that you've been doing for many years. So you're like, oh, well, it's kind of the same concept. And that's what I want a lot of people on the podcast to understand, that business is business is business. Like you want to generate leads, you want to make sales, and you want to control like all the expenses and know your numbers. Like that's it. Like that's business. Business is business. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling coaching, if you're selling hair, if you're selling, whatever it is, the metrics and the numbers and the KPIs are the same. Like you want to know those numbers. So just know it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you understand business, then you're going to be able to understand your numbers, and you're going to be able to understand how to launch another business or launch another avenue or stream of income. Man, this interview is awesome.
Thank you, Eric.
So you've been an entrepreneur for decades right now, and you came out of the corporate world. What would be the one thing you would have told yourself when you left corporate world to become a solopreneur, basically an entrepreneur? What would be the one thing you would have told yourself that would increase the speed of your business?
Okay, so I would say that going into entrepreneurship, you're definitely going to be faced with some huge challenges that will be unexpected, and they will vary. And there'll always be something that you did not know was going to slap you in the face. And for me, I would say that I've gone through some times where I was extremely emotionally distraught due to the fact that I was experiencing something in my business that I didn't anticipate. But now that I've gone through those situations, I wouldn't have let myself get so stressed out about them, because I was really at a point during certain phases. My businesses have been robbed, for example. I've had unexpected audits, things where finances were not managed the way that I could have managed them. Of course, all of these experiences I've learned from, but that would be the one thing that I would have told myself, is just to expect challenges, keep moving forward, and not let the stress overwhelm me, because when you're stressed out like that, you're not able to like function at your fullest capacity and keep moving forward. The other thing that I did want to point out too is make sure that you have good product and a consistent supplier if you're going to be selling product, because that was I actually closed down one of my stores for a couple of months, and then I went back and I started over, and I was just like, I'm not going to give up. But I had a supply and demand issue with my suppliers, and I wish I would have like been more prepared for that, to have maybe more than one supplier in place. And I know that doesn't really apply to services per se, but I mean, those were the real challenges that I wish I would have been prepared for, that somebody would have told me about. So have your options. And I guess with services, same thing, like don't just be stuck on one offer, have multiple offers and figure out what the needs are of your particular clients, and you know what their pain points are, so that you can be constantly serving them, because one thing might dry out for them, or they might not be interested in that anymore, and you want to be able to pivot and have something ready to go so you can keep your finances coming in.
Yeah. And, you know, that's what they always say, don't have all your eggs in one basket. And just as you said, you've got 5 streams of income to come in. So that's a big deal for a lot of people. And I think people should really think about that, especially when they're at a job that they may not like and they may dislike it, and they just feel like they're stuck. Like, take the leap of faith and, you know, kind of jump into entrepreneurship. Is a wild ride. It's very fun at some points and very stressful at other points. So
Yeah.
on the stress side, like one thing that I've always told myself is never make a rash decision in the valley. Always make them from the peaks. But that's one thing that, you know, that's one thing that I kind of live by. It's like, if you're in the valley, just look around, grab some help, figure something out, but don't make a rash decision in the valley. It's just tough.
I think that's like really excellent advice.
All right. So I always make a landing page for all of my guests. It's going to be www.burnphonemarketing.com/star. And I always send a link so that way and it's STARR, so 2 R's. I always create a link for your Facebook page, so you'll be able to link with Starr on her Facebook page. And also, I'm sure she has lead magnets, so I will definitely put a lead magnet in there so you guys can get some sort of free offer or some sort of free coaching to get some value to you. But besides that, what are you working on right now, and where can the audience find you?
So the audience can find me directly on Facebook. They can message me. They can private message me for any questions that they have. I do have a website, which is starrcodd.com, and that's with 2 R's and 2 D's. And they can go there and download free magnets, and they can also book a session with me there as well.
Awesome. So I'll put that in the landing page. So I know that you've been in the industry, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time. You've been in the corporate world, the top of the corporate world. Well, almost. I mean, you didn't hit the C-suite, but close enough. I want to like take you back. I'm going to paint a picture for you that I always paint a picture for all my guests. You're at the biggest event that you like in the industry that you love the most. It could be the hair industry. It could be, you know, the coaching industry, all of it, whatever. You are the Sunday afternoon speaker. And if you've been to events, you know that the Sunday afternoon speaker is the one that everybody came to see. So you are on stage, you're teaching your concept, or you're doing your talk. 100,000 people in the stadium. When they get up, turn around and start walking out the door, what's the one phrase or mic drop concept that you want everyone to leave with when they think of Starr Codd?
I want them to leave with the fact, knowing that they can start a business today and not tomorrow. I don't want them to wait another 6 months or another 2 years to start their business because they don't know what they want to sell, or they don't know what value they can provide. They all have value. They're all one step ahead of the next person. And I think that they need to start ASAP, and that would be today.
Wow, that's a big one. Start now. No manana syndrome. You can start it today. Just go back home and figure out what you need to do. And don't get like everybody gets. Don't get event lag or whatever they call it when you go home and you're super excited and then all of a sudden you're done. So guys, Starr, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Guys, remember, always listen to the full outro because I'll always give away something for free, some value, and it's actually pretty awesome this time again. We just keep bringing more and more value. So, Starr, do you have any last words for the audience?
Stay positive and start your businesses. Thanks, Eric.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Burnt Full Marketing Radio. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Are you tired of those lame Facebook groups that provide no value? Well, our Facebook group is awesome. Go to unlockthefbgroup.com and get access to our Facebook group where you will be able to find interviews of top network marketers and Q&As where you can jump in and talk to them live. We also have massive training. We provide a bunch of free tools. So jump into that group. Again, that's unlockthefbgroup.com. We'll ask you a few questions in mini chat because that's what we do, and make sure that you're not a spammer and get you into the group right away. So again, go to unlockthefbgroup.com and don't be a spammer.